found these at the thrift store because I already planned on trying to start an indoor garden. It's almost like the universe sometimes when I'm really determined to do something and I go to the thrift store like, oh, I hope I can find this thing that I need to do this other thing, and I walk right by it and it's right there. I mean, I could use a lot more, but there's other ways that I can do this. I'm going to start by working on these three sets of seeds. I'm going to try some calendula, some borage, and a little bit of kale. Let's see what happens. Just going to experiment. Never done this. I'm new to Eugene, new to the climate, new to the zone, all of the stuff with gardening. It's still like an experimental year for me. And it's probably going to take a couple years for me to really get it down. That's what happened at my last place. So let's try to figure this out. I'm waiting on my soil. So right now I'm just going to start prepping. I mopped the floor. I'm going to prep the floor somehow to make some kind of water reservoir. That's just an example. Okay, so these pads are down. I found these really cheap at the thrift store. They're actually bed pads. So, you know, thrift stores often have these. So, yeah. They come in very handy for, well, for puppies. They're bigger than puppy pads and more absorbent. So I like to get these for the puppies and for projects like this. Okay, so I finally got to this to get this indoor garden shelving done. So I have that shelf, which I gleaned from my closet, and just put my shoes on the floor. And then this one and this one I resurrected from a previous shelf that I had in my bedroom. If you go back and watch the video where I had to assemble the new shelf that's in my room, I'll try to find that video and put it up here so to reference that video in case you want to go back and see it. I had to take these down because they were falling apart, and I replaced it with another cabinet shelf, and I took a video of that process. I also have a previous video when I first put this together. This was supposed to be one unit with different tiers, 3 tiers, and it kept coming apart. I took it down. I was gonna try to figure out how to recycle it or throw it away or reuse it. Well, I got frugal and figured out I want an indoor garden. I need shelving. I don't want to spend money, so I took the time, the painstaking time with my poor hands, did the best I could, put together what I could to make 2 shelves. I had to modify a couple places, but it works for plants. So this is what I will put all my new plantlings on, my seedlings, as I get them going. So what I want to do is start a full seedling garden inside. Start with things I can use right away, and then try to get, like, these are going to go right away, and then work my way up to, by February, just before spring, I want to have these shelves filled with plants that are ready to go outside, possibly in the ground. If not, I have an area outside I call my plant ICU. So this is going to be step 1 of plant ICU, called the PICU, where they get started in here, then they get transferred outside, and then they get put into the ground. So there'll be 3 steps to my planting. That way, things that grow that I could use, like microgreens, inside, and especially these 3 will stay inside. I'll just rotate the plants out as they get bigger. So there's the indoor garden, starter garden project getting on the way. Okay, so now I've gotten this far on my garden, my indoor garden setup. I finally got my soil. I had a little bit of a snag with incorrect tracking and all that. Had to wait a little longer for my soil, but I got it. Ordered on eBay, so be careful. Track your packages. So this is my setup so far, since I was waiting for that, but I wanted to show you my light setup. So I needed some kind of light because, you know, we don't get a lot of sun this time of year. So a little bit extra lighting for when there's not sunny days. I decided, since I hardly ever use my ring light, it would be a good little light to try to use as a grow light. So let's see if that works. So this is where we are, and I need to get started on planting the seeds that I'm choosing. So let's get going. Mostly it's going to be these 3, but I'm going to see if there's a few other ones. I brought all my seeds in from the shed, so there might be some other herbs and stuff I can get some microgreens out of. So let's see if it works. And having the grow light with the phone attachment allows me to share with you the process of doing some of this. Let's get started. So I've got these, and I have one more thing I need to get. I'm going to make a tray. This is from my dog's food. So again, free, reuse and recycle, because these don't like to stay up here. They'll fall right over. So we are going to make, I don't have to worry about water because those things contain the water on their own. The other pots will have their own little things underneath. So, see, those will stay up better, a little better there. And have 2 more. And what I'm doing, so I made one already. I don't know if you remember as a kid, if you ever did a project in school where you made little starter pots out of toilet paper rolls. So I'm doing that, and there's the one I already have done, because I didn't want to have to go buy little pots to go in here, those little like disposable pots. I thought I had some somewhere. I don't know where they are, so I'm going to do that. So there's one. Oh, see, they don't stay up when they're open either. But these allow you to water here. It'll hold the water in here. Got them at the thrift store, so let's see how they work. I'm going to put this one in here. So I made another one. And if you never made these, oh, now I can't find my other. Oh. All you do is you take the bottom and you fold in like that. Fold it in like that. Actually, you can do it either way. Fold it in, and then you can, this is hard for me to do because of my carpal tunnel, or actually they're calling it cubital tunnel syndrome. So you fold the bottom in, and it holds the soil in, but it allows the water to drain into this thing. So now we have 3 of these done. So I'm going to set them down because I'll probably, actually, that's what keeps happening. So I'm going to put these on the bottom for now. We're going to get one started. See, they don't stay up if they're open. So, I'm going to do that. We'll do that. Set it like that. Okay, remove my supplies. Got my soil right here. So we're just going to take this. I'm going to scoop up. We're just going to do that, and that goes in there. Now I'm going to move it out of the way so I don't knock it over when I'm making the other 2. They're hard to, I have a hard time getting them open. They close really well. Come on. I can't open it. I don't have a good grip, so no. It's stuck. There, I got it open. Ow. Okay. Okay. That's 2 done. And we'll get this 3rd one. Got that one open. Okay, so now these are done. I'm going to set them like that. And in the interest of getting as much done as I can, I'm going to work on some of the other ones as well. Okay, so I was making sure I had room up here. So I think I'm going to put these 2 pots here, and then put these 3 in front of them, like that. So that'll be my first shelf set up here. Actually thinking of moving it, but kind of have to do it this way because I don't want to put anything in front of, I don't want to put these in front of those to block the light. So yeah, I have to be really careful because when I'm sitting here having breakfast, I tend to bump this shelf. So move it just a little. There we go. Okay. I try to keep it away from the window because it's the curtain, but okay. So we're done. We got these. We got to put the seeds in them. But first we're going to put soil in these. Okay. There. Got those 2 pots. And get some water to start them off with. gonna see. I want to start these with that water time to soak through. I have a feeling I'm not gonna like these. I think I know why they got rid of them. That's how I had to open it. Oh, I'm dropping soil everywhere. Okay. See if I can do this without dropping it. I just want to, oops, I want to wet these real good first before I okay, that one's hydrated. Okay, more frugality. So I found these. Hi. So I had bought these a long time ago. I always have something around the house that I bought and didn't end up, like I changed my mind and ended up using them for something. And I almost got rid of these. I almost donated these to the thrift store, which would have been fine, but now I can use them. So what I'm gonna have to do, because they're supposed to be for drinking water, is I'm gonna have to take the straw out so that I'll be able to turn it upside down. Let's see. I'm thinking this would be the way to water. So I can water them with this. So just pop this open, water the plant. But I gotta take the little straw out. Which I won't throw away, because who knows what I'll end up wanting to use that for. All right. So, I'll put water in here. It's gonna work. I tried it in the sink. Go. Those will just soak up the water. And these ones I can just water like that. And that will be my little watering bottle. Okay, so I got a little bit more done. It's been too hard for me to do all this reaching back and forth to my phone. And I have a package coming. I was going to show you how much more I've gotten done. Plus I have to move my light. So that is what's going to happen while I get these going. turn them face this way so they get more of the light. I'll get both the light from outside and the light that's behind my camera shining on them. The ones on the bottom shelf, hopefully they do all right, because I should have taken these sides out so the lighting goes in there. I suppose I could cut it out. Anyway, that's as far as I've gotten. Let me get the camera and I'll show you. So I've got these set up, and this is all, that's calendula. This is borage, and that is all a kale mix. I love kale, so we're gonna do a whole kale mix there. Get my micro salad greens, some